What is up, everybody? Tuberverse TV here today. So we're going to talk about Psychonauts 2, and apparently people are triggered about this game. This game looks pretty cool to me. I just recently just started playing the first one on Xbox Game Pass, because I heard the second one's coming out. The first one was pretty fun. I never got a chance to play it because I didn't have an Xbox during that generation, because I had a PS2. But yeah, this one looks pretty cool to me. Like the art style is pretty cool. I think it looks pretty great. So this will give you a little tidbit of what this game is about. If you don't know what this is about, it's a platformer game. Very kid friendly, you could say. But because it's more like on the Xbox side of things, because this is on, it'll be on Xbox Game Pass day one, it has more like an Xbox. Xbox is heavily attached to this game. I think it's gonna be. I think it's a multi-platform. I think it's gonna be on all platforms. But people are using this game in console war stuff now. So people are trashing this game online. It's pretty ridiculous because when you see this trailer, you look at the comments for this trailer. People are super happy about this game being made because it's been 16 years since the original. Like this guy says, it's been 16 years. It's so surreal that it's actually happened. Brings a tear to my eyes. This guy is that excited that it's bringing tears as it's actually being made. That's how happy. That's how much happiness this game gives him. So this should be having more views if it was just around 20 minutes have passed. All the voices come back. That's awesome. So people are screaming comments of joy. This game looks amazing. Amazing. Looks amazing. Shane has been around 20 years for the sequel, but very well welcome. Looks amazing. Don't need any more trailers. We're just happy and we're making a sequel. So people are really excited for this game. That's the gist of this conversation. People are really excited for this game being made after 16 years. But on Twitter, you have PlayStation fanboys saying, I'm sorry, but we gotta stop giving ugly ass looking games a pass under the cover of art style. There's a lot of non-realistic slash animated art styles out there that are still beautiful. Psychonauts is ugly AF, no matter how you spin it, and the gameplay looks ass. So can you imagine being one of these people who are like, this game brings a tear to my eye that this game is being made? Then you go to a post like this on Twitter. Now this is just ridiculous. Did I get the memo where every game had to look like a Ratchet and Clank or ripped apart? Because that's obvious is what these guys can compare it to. Right? They were doing the Ratchet and Clank game. It's like, does every game have to look like Avengers Endgame or Infinity War budget or the Avatar movie budget or these insanely high budgets? Does every movie have to be that visual masterpiece as those things? It's like, I don't get why this game has to meet the Ratchet and Clank ripped apart visuals. As long as the game is fun and looks decent, that's all that matters. To be honest, I kind of wish more games just did that whole thing, so the games would take as long to make. Like Kingdom Hearts, that was another game that took like a long time to make. I'm pretty sure a lot of the time could have been reduced if they cut back on the visuals, but nonetheless, it's like this guy made this post, and people are not happy with this whatsoever. Like this is just completely ridiculous. Like you're just judging the game based on how it looks and saying the gameplay looks ass. And I was like, this is just a bad take overall. So let's look at the comments section because they were not too happy about this post. The cat for this game is insane. Platformer looks sluggish. Combat seems average. I feel like I will play this for 3 hours and be all set. Previews are positive. People are allowed to jump off that as a base. One of the absolute worst takes I've seen from this point on. Every time I see you praise a game with graphics, it looks worse than Ratchet and Clank. I want to slap a screenshot of this comment on it. LOL. True, 100% agreed. Hey, now this game was crowdfunded and only really polished once under Xbox. Previews are all like a positive for this game. So now he says a crowdfunded excuse. A unique and distinct art style that oozes personality is far from ugly. Yeah, it has its own unique art style. It's kind of similar to like what I was getting from it. Kind of feels like the Nightmare Before Christmas, like with Tim Burton stuff. It kind of looks like that. And he says any game that takes visual risk in regards to its art style automatically gets bonus points in my eyes. Plus, the game looks amazing. Yeah, even when I was playing the first one, it's just like a pretty cool looking game. Like it's like a unique art style with that game. It definitely feels like you're playing like in a Nightmare Before Christmas like atmosphere. So I guess that's just a problem. Oozes personality. Okay, maybe it's just not your type of game because it will review well, just like the first one did. It's 2021. Stop with the retro art style arguments. Ratchet and Clank killed all that noise. So now, like I said, they're gonna compare every game visually to Ratchet and Clank, especially if it's a kid friendly game like Psychonauts 2. And it's kind of a ridiculous comparison. Like, really, if the game doesn't look visually as good as Ratchet and Clank, it's trash in their opinion. It's just stupid. It's just really dumb. But apparently, you're a pony if you spit the truth. The art design for this game is visually unappealing and unimpressive. Really, I think most people would be okay with the art style for this game. I think it's only these Sony diehards or these Sony extremists who like this game looks unappealing. It's like they're literally only comparing it to Ratchet and Clank. That's it. And especially so following up the release of something as gorgeous as Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Yeah, they all compare it to Ratchet and Clank. It's just ridiculous. Minecraft has a higher player count than Ratchet and Clank. Graphics do not matter. Yeah, especially for younger kids, they don't really care that much, to be honest. It's like people my age and older who are complaining about these graphics like that. Like, especially looking at the Nintendo Switch audience, it's like they don't care about the graphics. People who are playing Fortnite and Roblox, they don't care about the graphics. It's like, it's just like an in between, like, where like graphics do matter, but at one point, kind of the grand scheme of things, they don't matter. So. Yeah, but comparing it to Ratchet and Clank, saying the game looks garbage because it doesn't look as visually impressive. It doesn't look as visually as like Ratchet and Clank is just ridiculous. It's just a bad take right there. An obnoxiously bad take. Cover of art style. There's no cover. There's no hidden agendas. That's literally the art style. If you don't like it, then fine. If you think it's ugly, then fine. But let's not act like Double Fine sat down with let's build the best looking game ever. And this is what they came up with. This is very clearly a purposeful choice to make it look the way it looks. Not gonna stand like this didn't look that much better than the original the first Xbox game did. Then he might have a point, but this game looks a lot better than the first game did. And it's like that's the art style he went with. So I don't want to see what the big deal is. And he says no and stop disrespecting talented devs and their craft, please. Psychonaut is better in 120 FPS. That's the rest of the frame rate. Okay, that's pretty cool. Huh? 30 FPS. Oh, the Ratchet and Clank. Okay. Great, so now we judge games purely on graphics. If it is not top tier movie-like visuals, when the game is then the game is S. I blame this on console wars. When both sides keep putting games under a microscope to judge visuals, our opinion on games changed from judging gameplay to visuals. Sad. Just to make things clear, I'm not saying this game is good, but I'm noticing on Twitter everyone judges visuals and little to no attention is given to gameplay. I think you are very threatened by it. What is this? And this is from like, what movie is this from? Okay. Nah, game looks great, but there's a reason the OG sold poorly. It's not for everyone. I mean, like this game was on Xbox, the original Xbox. I don't know too many people who had the original Xbox. As I think most people during that generation had the PS2. Like I even had the PS2. I didn't have an original Xbox, so I think that's why I didn't sell that well. I don't think its poor sales were due to its art style. 3D platformers have always been popular. I just don't think there was marketing push for it. Psychonauts 2 looks like a PS2 title. That's okay. I don't think he knows what PS2 games look like. It doesn't sound like a PS2 title. Um, so don't buy it simple. Ratchet and Clank was a good looking game, but short AF because they put most of the time into the graphics and that's it. Does have a point. Ratchet and Clank did look amazing, but it was super short. Like you can beat that game probably within a day. You can beat that game within a day. So facts. I said art style is being used as a crutch for games not looking good as they should. This should look at this point in time. They should look at this point in time. Okay. What? They're specifically going for that Tim Burton and cartoon quirky art style because that is just the charm of Psychonauts 2. The game was crowdfunded and pretty much finished when Xbox bought them. Maybe try to make an actual game, then thrash it. Pathetic. Let's see. No, going to play it and give it a fair shot, just like all the other games. Wow, this post is crazy. He said it kind of would have prevented this post. Wow. Nintendo has been riding this train since GameCube. Not agree with you, bro. The game has a good art style. There's a lot. I don't think anybody agree. I think very few people actually agree with this guy's post. It's like everybody was like, "What are you talking about?" Like big L for you. Comment PlayStation fanboy. It's the art style. Okay, so this is the old one. Okay, so this is the original one, and I guess this is the newest one. Yeah, it looks different. It looks like they improved it. What is this? This is okay. They call him a clown pretty much. So he's put on his clown makeup. Translation: you're mad because we'll play best on Xbox. Could be worse. Oh, Bug Snacks. I don't know. Like that game was boring to me. I tried that game. That game was boring. Let's look at the quote tweets now. Those are usually more funnier, to be honest. LOL. Hateful and toxic gets you follows and views. I guess pathetic. I think it just shows that not every character design can transition from OG Xbox from PS2 to current gen hardware verbatim. It's not a bad looking game. It's just an ugly character. Okay. Your opinion on the art styles of these games are subjective. I will say they both look beautiful, and but Psychonauts 2 has more creativity in its art design. Now, if you want to look at past aesthetics, we can talk about the writing. Okay. Does anybody take this dude or his pony podcast serious? You're straight slow. It's a sequel to a 20-year-old game. That's the design of the character and world. This game is all about gameplay, unique gameplay mechanics. It's not part 16 in an existing series that only relies on new weapons abilities, scaling on rails, and no real. Okay. This dude just, I don't know, is a fanboy. 100% a toxic fanboy. A total bad take. This game looks fantastic. And the gameplay looks great. He's just trolling to troll. Okay. And what is this? This is like Returnal? What is this image right here? Like, what is his face? Wow. His face is definitely something. Like, that's a bad take. I won't argue with what he said because many people already did that and showed him. Just gonna tell him something funny. They don't even hate Xbox games because they're exclusive anymore. They just hate them because it's Xbox. He would already be praising if it was a PlayStation Studios game. Probably. Uh, He's saying Kotaku gotta hire this guy. He's qualified. Because if you don't know, Kotaku just recently did a thing where they were super toxic and people didn't like it. So I guess he's saying he's right on board with Kotaku at this point. This is pretty funny. Psychonaut 2 looks good though. I think it looks pretty good too, to be honest. I was like, I'm excited to play. I'm gonna play it day one. I'm gonna finish the first one first. I'm gonna play the second one. So, uh, Wind Waker situation all over again. Psychonauts is not ugly. It's just using a different art style, like It Takes Two, Tearaway, etc. Yeah, bro, look at this. Us, it's ugly, bro. No color at all. It's just dull and ugly. Born a game. I agree. If this is because of the art style, then fire the art director. What? You can post an opinion on Twitter, but just don't pretend like it's a fact. It isn't art style and not ugly. It kind of got a Tim Burton aesthetic to it. Okay. Yeah, it's Lemon Clutter right there. It's just these takes are just wild. They are literally just using this. This game is usually this game is actually being used in this console, which is pretty crazy. Like the game looks great to me. It's just sad that these Sony extremists and Sony fanboys are going to use the trash this game and talk about the art side because it doesn't compare to Ratchet and Clank. When it's like every game don't gotta look like Ratchet and Clank, people. It's like as long as the game is fun, that's all that matters really. And art and visuals is somewhat up to date. That's all that really matters to me. So I'm excited to play this game. I'm gonna play it day one on Game Pass. So that is that. Definitely want to see your comments down below on the situation. Do you agree with this guy? Maybe you think he's just off the wall Sony extremist? Let me know down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.